Hi everybody, Miss Delgado here. Today is day 4, entitled The Best Parts. This week is your last week to take photos, which means that your assignments for day 3 and day 4 are going to be the last times that you're going to be taking pictures. The next 2 lessons that we're going to be doing after today are going to be designing and focusing on the word art part of the best part. So if you remember at the very beginning, I showed you this kind of creative word art piece that we would be making, and you guys received your kits along with your cameras. And so we'll now be using that stuff to start making creative pieces to go with your final image. Just like I did with the last lesson, I wanted to open up with another page from the best part of me, again to sort of open up your minds and to help you expand on how your pictures should look, but also the connection that we're going to be making to words with our photographs. So this one is called My Neck. I love my neck. My neck holds the beautiful necklaces that I wear. I love my neck because it's not too big or not too small. It's just right for me. I love my neck for all the things it can do. It connects to my lovely face and to my strong body. It holds my head. I like my neck. That is why it is the best part of me. So to kind of further build on what we were learning about portrait photography, I wanted to talk a little bit about symbolism. So if you remember in the last lesson, I talked about this kind of sandwich or burger, this photo sandwich that we're building. That first layer was the camera functions and camera safety. That really big chunk, meaty chunk of the sandwich was composition, so learning how to hold your camera and your backgrounds, thinking about your backgrounds to be sure that they're purposeful in your photograph. Well, this is now, then you had your portrait photography layer, which I guess is kind of like the lettuce and the tomato. And so now the top of the sandwich, so the final piece of the sandwich, is symbolism. And so this is just a way to kind of get a little bit deeper into the purpose and the meaning behind creating art or creating photographs and sort of the mindset behind all of it. So I first wanted to go into a little bit of symbolism. And so again, these documents you will find in your classroom documents under today's topic. It says, Ms. Delgado's definition of symbolism: using an object or image to represent a feeling, thought, emotion, or way of being, like your culture. The curriculum definition, so what you'd find maybe in the textbooks or with teaching in general, is a concrete object. So the curriculum definition of symbolism is a concrete object that represents an abstract idea. So I went on to say, a photographer uses symbolism to create a deeper meaning to their work. This can be through colors, people, places, and objects they use in their pictures. Photographers use symbolism so that the viewer can think about what they see, inviting them to use prior knowledge, so things that they already know or experiences they've already had, along with their imagination to discover something different. So I went on in this document to just kind of just show some examples of symbols, right? And so I'm asking, what do these symbols mean to you? So what does this symbol mean to you? Think about that for a second. So for me, this symbol could mean love. This symbol could mean compassion. This symbol could mean relationships. This symbol can mean appreciation. So I feel like this symbol here can mean lots of different things. Another symbol, think about what this symbol means to you. So maybe caution, stopping, danger, right? Some kind of alert or alarm, right? What does this symbol mean to you? So when I see this symbol, I immediately think of summertime. Makes me think about beach and pool and water and fun, relaxing, getting a tan, enjoying the outside weather. Also could be hot. Could bring warmth, right? So that's what I think when I see this symbol. The last symbol. Pretty popular one, right? So right away, money, power, wealth, right? Maybe bank, ATM. So this symbol could mean something like that. So along with that definition of symbolism, I also wanted to show you some photographs. And you've seen a lot of these throughout this residency. I've used them as examples. But there's a piece that I did about my dad. When he passed away, I learned a lot more about him, I think, when he died than I knew of him in living. And so I wanted to express that in some sort of way, and I created this photo series called The Relics of My Father, okay? And so relics are things that are left behind, and so I thought this would be a great way to sort of show this. So you guys have seen this symbol before, this image before. And so this is one of those pictures that was a part of this photography series. Now, when I made these photographs, I was very intentional about the creation of these pictures, meaning that every single thing in the photograph, from the objects that you see to maybe the people that you see, to even the backgrounds, if you could see the backgrounds, they all had some significant meaning to my dad, to me, and also to my culture and my upbringing and things about my history, I guess you could say. So my dad's name was Edwin. A lot of my family believe in not necessarily Buddhism, but it's a sort of a cultural thing of Buddha having giving some sort of wealth. So having that as a symbol in the household was very popular, and this was my dad's. It belonged to my father. This medallion was my grandmother's, and she wanted my dad to have it, and so now it belongs to me. And the hands that are holding these objects are my aunt's hands, who was my dad's sister. Another photograph, and this one's a new one, you haven't seen this one, is a picture of my dad when he graduated from college. During that time, it was really very popular to make these sort of mirrored images. So it also shares and shows a time in which he graduated, so that in itself is symbolic. You can even see in the picture, this example is in your part of your classroom thing, so you'll see it a little closer. But my dad always wore jewelry, so you can see the rings on his fingers. This bridge here is the Brooklyn Bridge. He took this bridge all the time throughout his life, but especially to travel between work and home. And I intentionally took this picture showing the Manhattan side of the bridge. So if you look here, it's the Manhattan city skyline, because Manhattan was where my dad lived. It was a very big part of his upbringing in his city. Also because this building here is the World Trade Building. It's a new one, but in the old, back in the day, before the towers went down, you would have seen two buildings in this sky, in this view, and those are all really very significant things to my dad, to our culture, being New Yorkers, and to our history. And I also waited for a yellow taxi cab to pass by because I wanted to make sure that there was some connection to that. I can show one more. So this is a picture of the metro train stop that my dad would get off if he did take the train to work. R is the train at the station but this is his niece and also my cousin in this picture. And her last name is Rivera, so I thought it was kind of interesting that that sort of came together. And then the thing or the relic that she's holding in her hand is an album, and it is a Madonna album actually. My dad loved records and he loved music, and so that was one of the things that I wanted to show. So again, everything in the picture, the background, the person, and the object are all symbolic and connected in some sort of way. So I'm showing these pictures to you because your photo assignment today is going to be about showing the best part of you, and really focusing in on that, making sure that you're getting some strong images for this assignment. Because remember, these pictures are, well, some of these pictures, not all of them, but some of them are going to be chosen for a major exhibit that's happening in Chicago, and the idea is to show the best part of you. So when you're doing this, not only do I want you to be taking a picture of just the best part of you, but I want you, if you can, to think a little bit deeper, right? So if, let's say, the best part of you is, let's say the best part of you is your hand, right? Or like maybe the best part of you is creativity, right? So showing that through the best parts in a picture could be your hand. Maybe your hand holding something. So maybe your creativity is that you can draw. So maybe it's your hand holding a pencil. Maybe it's your hand drawing a picture. Maybe it's just your hand next to your favorite color, or maybe your favorite mural or favorite kind of art that you might see in some of your walks throughout your community. If it's that you are intelligent, you feel that that's the best part of you, so then how can you show that through your physical? So maybe it's your head, maybe it's pointing at your head, right? Maybe you draw, you know, a word bubble with some really cool words or interesting, intelligent words, and then you put your head next to it and you take a picture of yourself doing that, right? So I want you to try to not only think about showing this physical picture of the best part of you, but being creative about it. So like, you know, maybe it is these words. So if it's these words, then how can you show these words about you in a physical part of you? Or if it's just, if you think literally what is the best part of you, how can you be creative in getting that across? So I hope that that comes out well. I hope that you're understanding what I'm needing. Let's see. So the idea is that the photos that you take today will represent you, right? The best part of you. And then just being creative about how you're doing that, creative how you're showing that. So if it's through the objects that you use with the best part of you, if it's maybe a person in the picture with the best part of you, maybe it's words or background that's showing, again, with the best part of you. So I wanted to go into the scavenger hunt so that this way you have an understanding of the expectation. It's a little bit different this time because, again, since this is the last day or the last week for taking pictures, and technically this is the last photo taking assignment, I want to make sure that you're getting the best and strongest images, so I wanted to kind of go through that. So what I said was, you know, now it's time to take pictures. The top paragraph is pretty much the same. I did change the last sentence. I said, if you're allowed and are feeling more creative, go on a photo walk within your community and create the following. So I want you to create 5 to 10 pictures, photographs, showing the best part of you. You can use objects, backgrounds, and other people to make these photographs of you special or help to tell your story. Remember to use what you've learned about portrait photography and even today with this symbolism to take your pictures. So think to yourself, Is this the best part of me in this picture? So like after you've sort of thought out what it is that you want to show, is this the best part of me? Am I taking a unique portrait picture to take this, or am I doing a traditional style portrait picture to do this? Does my photo use symbolism to tell a story about me? And then again, remember, if you need help to create some of these pictures, have a person, guide you, looking in the viewfinder, you're telling them what you want to see in the viewfinder, and they're telling you yay or no and how you can fix it. But you still need to press the button, so you've got to figure that out, okay? If you are savvy enough to figure out how to use the self-timer, then you can do that as well. Use your guide to help you. It's not hard at all. But if you don't want to do that, then just have someone kind of guide you, look in the viewfinder, and then you're the one that presses the shutter button. And try to limit, again, those tongue and fish faces, please, because we really want to make sure that we're getting some strong and creative photographs. So then once you take your pictures, you're going to list your top 3 photographs in your photo journal, okay? And so then what I did was I created some photo examples of pictures that I've taken to show the best part of me. And if you notice, I didn't just show the part of me, right? I also showed other things that are kind of going on in my life. So there are these other kind of stories that are being told, like I like to exercise. This is actually at a friend's house, but the cat that she has was really cool, and so we sort of created a bond, and we were just kind of sitting and hanging out. I love art. I love to find unique and different things, and so this says you're loved, and so I wanted to capture my feet in this picture. And then this one here was taken very recently during the COVID pandemic, and so finding now litter like gloves and masks on the floor, I've been capturing pictures like that. There's a really deep story behind me and my feet, but I guess to just kind of keep it simple, my feet and my legs to me are the strongest, and so I just enjoy taking pictures from that view. And so these are my examples for the best part of me. So after you take your pictures, you'll notice on your sheet that there's also this place to put your best part, your final top 3. So remember, this is going to be our last time taking pictures, so the next 2 days is going to be working on word art that has to do with this best part of you. So once you've decided on this best part and the best photographs of that, they're probably going to come from this last time of you taking pictures, but there may have been some times before that you maybe took a nice picture of your feet or a cool picture of your hand with some objects, because those were things that I've given you as past assignments. So you may want to review your past images from the other photo days, but at minimum review all of the 10 images, right? And even if you write the 3 here, and if you think that those are the only ones that you want to choose, then you can just write those top 3 here. But these final images here are the ones that I'm really going to focus on, and especially connecting them to your writing. So remember, you're going to take your pictures, doing the top 5 to 10 pictures showing the best part of you. Then you're going to edit through those and choose your top 3. And then you're going to go through all of your photographs. So you're going to look at these, but you're also going to look at the others and maybe choose some of those. Maybe you didn't get the best pictures here and you got some better pictures in the past photo hunts, the photo hunts that we had. And then you're going to write those top 3 JPEG numbers here. Okay. And so this again is going to be the thing that I'm going to be paying attention to with choosing the final image, but also the thing that you're going to be focusing on for your writing. So make sure you're really paying attention to this last slot here. So as for, I think for the most part, that's going to be it for today. I am going to give one more quick video about editing down just to be sure that you understand. But overall, I think that you guys are going to do great. I'm really excited to see these final images. And I really hope that you're taking the time to watch all the videos, look through all the materials to capture some really strong images. Again, this is going to be our last week taking pictures, so the next 2 lessons that we have together, or the last 2 lessons we have together, is going to be for writing and creating word art. So really do your best to capture the best shots, okay? I wish you the best of luck. Have a great weekend, and make sure to always be creative. Take care.